instead of drawing a line in the sand, like, hey, you either come on this side or come on that side, create spaces where we all could operate and live in. I may not see the world the way you see the world, but I do need to eat healthy too. Or I pray too. Or I want a healthy relationship too. Everything don't have to be so black and white. So I encourage all the independent artists, find that thing within you, you know what I'm saying, that it's you. It makes you unique. And then you market that.
Yo, before we get into the interview, man, I want to give a shout out to all my radio stations all across the country who have the Bootleg Kev Show as an official affiliate. Man, we're on the radio in about 100 cities nationwide every day. Want to give a shout out to Real 92.3 in LA. Shout out to The Beat in Miami. Shout out to Wild 94.1 in Tampa. Shout out to Hot 98.3 in Tucson. Power 98.3 in Phoenix. We 102.9 in Portland. We're all over the country, so you can tap in with that radio show. If you want to know if we're on in your city, just go to bootlegkev.com. The full list of cities is there. You might hear us. Let's get into the interview. Yo, it's the Bootleg Kev Show, Bootleg Kev Podcast, man. We got a special guest in here, AJ McQueen.
Yes, Lord.
Welcome, man. I got put up on you, man. The homie 19 Keys has sent me your shit.
Peace to the God 19. That's my brother.
Yeah, man. Salute to him. How'd y'all link up?
Man, very organically. I think, we both kind of operate in the same spaces.
Right.
So he was doing an event, you heard me, and then reached out, so I pulled up, and then our bond just, we built from there.
Nah, he's solid, man.
Yeah, no, super, man. I rock with him. And, he from St. Louis, you know what I mean,
right.
as well. So, just those origins, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, how long has this journey been for you in terms of just like I guess when you first started rapping, when you started to take it serious, when you got some money, like when things were like, oh, this is a thing now. We could actually pursue this full time. Like
I'm a rephrase. I'm gonna answer, but I'm gonna rephrase the question because I'm not a rapper, but I'm a writer. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I want to bring that back to the cloth of like artistry, right? Like I've been writing my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been writing, bro. I'm a real writer. Like, so, and I feel like a lot of writers exist. They just don't know. There's no space to really champion it on the same level of rap, right? So with writing, I write my whole life, bro. Writing has always been therapy for me. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up in the streets, I grew up in an abusive household. You hear me? So, only way I could express myself, was writing. I grab a pen and wrote on anything. You know what I'm saying? So, fast forward to, of course, rapping around the neighborhood. I was a battle rapper first.
Okay.
So if people heard my music and heard like the way I punch, you know what I'm saying? Like it's, I used to battle rap. So just rapping around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then, fast forward to a lot of I had some low moments in my life. So I wouldn't think about rapping, writing, nothing like that.
Right.
It wasn't until in high school I used to I'm finna show how old I am. Memorex CDs, we used to print them joints up.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Go around. I used to just pass them out, bro. I wrote on the top of the CD, you heard me, with a marker. I used to pass them out. And in my mind at that time, I was the best rapper alive. You heard me? So, to the national spotlight, I got invited to be on BET 106 in Park when I was 19. You know what I mean? So
was it a Freestyle Friday or what was it?
bro. So crazy. BET did a teen violence special. I was a part of a group at the time, you know what I mean? And they singled me out of the group because they heard my story, from growing up in St. Louis. I started gangbanging young, bro, like super young. I got shot up when I was 15. So
how many times did you shot?
Twice.
Damn.
Yeah, I was a baby, bro. I had just turned 15, you know what I mean? Like that month. And I got shot and, I got sent away. So it's a real deep story. But my life turned into something beautiful, bro. You know what I mean? Just a story of triumph and perseverance. And so BET heard that, and they invited me to come do a teen violence special. You heard me? So they made a team. They've never done a teen violence special ever. And this is around the same time of police brutality was high. You know what I mean? A lot of like, injustice, social uproar. So they brought me there, did a teen violence special on me, and that's what put me in national spotlight. But they put on the TV youth activist. I didn't even know what an activist was.
Right.
So, but it's amazing how that kind of like foresaw and prophesied to what my life would end up looking like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you can't really find the episode online though where they sponged it, you know what I'm saying? Because it was live.
Oh yeah, that's the only. It's like you almost damn near gotta like hit them like, hey, send me the tape.
Yeah. No, they sponged it, and I was talking about God a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because my the faith factor hit me, bro. Because the way they shot up the street, Kev, I ain't supposed to be here, bro.
Were they trying to shoot you?
Yeah, out of 7 people, I'm the person that got shot, and bullet. I mean, don't you know how bullet holes went through my cousin's shirt, bro? Like it was that type of energy. I'm the only person that got shot, and I met God on my back. Like I was laying there, and you know how they say your life flash for your eye.
Yeah.
Like I used to hear it through movies until it happened. And I'm looking up at the sky, bro, and I'm like, yo.
Do you feel like I don't know how serious like your your wounds were, but do you were you like slipping in and out of like whatever they call that like space between like
Yeah.
passing away and being here? Like,
No, I mean, because the adrenaline is so high, I didn't even know I was shot until somebody like told me I was shot.
but you once you're cognizant
once
of
once
that,
I was cognizant, I saw the wounds, I'm like, oh, and then your brain like
there's something that probably turns on.
turns on, bro. So that happened, you know what I mean? And it took the ambulance like 45 minutes to get there.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I'm on the north side of St. Louis, you heard me? So ain't nobody coming over there, bro. But BT heard my story. They did a special on it. And like I said, I was talking about God a lot, just my faith. And they sponged it, but I ended up helping a lot of people. And it's before Instagram was popping, right? So I started getting booked all across the country. Well, all this is as a speaker. Nobody's, they don't even know how to do music.
Not even on no music shit, just to hear your story.
So what I would do throughout the bookings and the speaking is I would do acapellas. You heard me? And I'm young, man, so I'm getting my stuff off. You know what I mean? So I would do acapellas, and so the people start calling me a poet at the time. You know what I mean? But I really was just saying my verses slowly. You know what I mean? And people start hearing me as a poet, as a lyricist at that time, and it really just charted to the rest of my journey, bro. I got awarded the White House Service Achievement Award when I was 23.
Oh wow!
Yeah, from Barack Obama. So
that's big.
Yeah, bro. I wrote a book.
Were you able to go to the White House?
Yeah, I went to White House. Went to Capitol Hill.
Did you meet Barry?
I did. I didn't meet him, but I was in the Oyster Club, bro, and all of them was in the Oyster Club. I was just on the wall.
That's fire.
I was 23 years old, bro.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my journey. This is like the 200th version of me. As we're talking, this is a whole different version of me, bro. It's been a journey of growth, and all of it's been independent. You know what I'm saying? So everything that people see from my career, I wrote a book when I was 23. I got awarded the White House Service Achievement Award. I got my own day in the city of Houston from the mayor. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Mayor Sylvester Turner. But I got my own day. And with all of that, I started a nonprofit organization first. And it was a writing and performing arts organization. So it wasn't until all of this happened, then I started taking music. I stopped everything.
Yeah, I get it now.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful for that journey, bro, because my music is real and raw because I've lived. You know what I'm saying?
The life you've lived?
I've lived, bro. Like everything I talk about is rich. You know what I mean? It ain't just like it ain't like I found some newfound talent. No, this has been refined. You know what I mean?
It's interesting too because do you feel like had you not been shot that your journey would have been different?
It would have definitely been different. I'd probably be dead or in jail either way. You know what I'm saying? With St. Louis being what it is. But if that didn't happen, because my mom sent me away after that, and I was homeless throughout high school. So I stayed with 6 different families.
Where'd you get sent away to?
Houston.
Okay.
Yeah.
From there, it was like H-Town.
Yeah, so Houston saved my life, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And really the people, that's why I have so much admiration for community and humanity, because I've seen beauty in it too. I stayed with old white couple. I stayed with, you know what I'm saying? I used to spend some time with some Hispanics and Asians. So my view just on life is different. And like I say, it's been refined. So I started doing music, taking the music seriously 3 years ago, bro. So everything that people see.
3 years old.
It's only 3 years old, but it's rich though.
Right.
At the same time, you know what I mean?
It's interesting because when something like that happens, it's almost like it's either just another day or it's gonna change your life.
Yeah.
It's like one of the two. Because there's people who get shot.
Yeah.
And nothing changes. And
nothing.
But I feel like when something like that happens, it's like a real fork in the road moment.
Yeah, it's about how you respond.
Yeah,
I think is we all have different moments. So it don't have to be something as drastic as getting shot, right? But it could be how you respond to anger, how you respond to disappointment, how you respond to a breakup.
For
how you
sure.
respond to, being broke. Like that's who you are in real life. You know what I mean? You are whoever you are when you are alone. So whoever you are when you're around people and all that ain't really you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say too, it's like the craziest shit is how everybody is just like an emotional mistake away from like changing the trajectory of their life at all times.
That's why I said in my music I talk a lot about like we talk about the crash outs, but we don't talk about the people who almost crashed out.
The almost crash outs is crazy.
Because you learn that the lessons are in the almost crash outs. You hear me? It's woven in the almost. But people don't want to talk about the almost because it's vulnerable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be vulnerable to say, yeah, man, I almost lost my mind, or I almost crashed out on all y'all. You know what I mean? Like, because you don't praise the almost. You almost a street nigga. You almost shot somebody. You almost, ain't no beauty.
Yeah, it's like, thank God, man, because I had a lot of crash out moments when I was younger, but the internet wasn't as prevalent as it is.
Yeah.
So, but it's like you got to learn, and like certain shit is just not worth it, man. Like, it's just like, I really feel like life is just, it really boils down to how you react to adversity, or how you react when you're mad, when you're sad, when you're disappointed, because it's in those moments that you have to be composed. You have to step back, let the dust settle, and just, because in those same moments, it's like if like I said, you could apply that to financial advice. You could apply that, like when people get freaked out because you know some crazy shit's happening. You don't look at it through the emotional lens. There's always opportunity to take advantage of any situation. You know what I'm saying?
It's all about you responding. I believe that's why my journey has been unique, because I am the symbol of the almost. I'm the symbol of evolution, right? Like we got street niggas, we got all that, but have you ever seen an evolved one before? Have you ever seen somebody like go beyond it? You know what I'm saying? And look at and be able to talk about it holistically. I don't know. Pac died at 25. You know what I'm saying?
It is wild. It's crazy every time I hear that out loud. It's like, damn, he really did die at 25.
Yeah, 25. Nip was the closest to me, and I'm a big, like, shout out to Nip. We on the West Coast for sure. Nip is definitely a kindred spirit of mine, and I never met him.
Right.
But it's amazing how a lot of people have like, man, you feel like you remind me of somebody, but I believe it's just because of the evolution of it. Like, Nip being, what I'm saying, from the streets, whatever, and you saw him evolving in different spaces.
For sure.
I think that, and it's unfortunate he was taken, at 33, but we don't see the people live to be able to go beyond it.
I think it's like the thing about Nip's passing, as sad and tragic as it was, is like it turned into like a lot of people being inspired and going back and digging in his interviews, and like he like changed the world like after his death, for real.
Yeah.
Like there's people who like look at shit way differently because of Nip, because they found out about him after he passed. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's beauty in that, you know what I mean? But it's
still tragic.
Right. It's inadvertent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's inadvertent, but it's still like, it's like, man, like it's almost like, when you go through, because I was personal friends with Nip. That was the homie, man. Like I've been knowing Nip since 2009, bro. That was when he was first on my show.
Beautiful.
But I know like him passing, it was a tragedy. I mean, dude, when he died, LA stopped in a way that was, Kobe passed away not far after, and it wasn't the same. And I say that to say, like, Nipsey, like, dude, it was like you could feel like
I can imagine, bro,
like a pin drop in the city, and the same thing with Kobe, but I do think it's been beautiful to just see his legacy growing, and his reach growing, and if there's any positive to take out of his passing, it's like, more and more people are. It's almost like the Tupac. When Pac passed, man, it was like there's kids who love Tupac that were born 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's the inadvertent part of it all. But what I'm trying this experiment out as I live through it is to see what it looks like when the raw soul, the ex gangbanger,
like gets past 50, gets past
right,
60,
like get old and my locks turn gray, bro, and what kind of responses that have? Bob Marley died at 35. So I'm saying, like, revolutionaries don't really don't really live. And so, inshallah, like if God give me grace, excuse me, to continue to grow and live and be here while being my authentic raw self, I want to show all the youth them, everybody in the streets, everybody in the world what it look like to see an 80-year-old reformed gang member who grew, evolved, got money, healthy relationships, got kids, his family good, his people good, he good in this community. I want to show him because I don't think the people, especially the youth, they can't see that far. You hear me? Because ain't nobody like who's showing it. The ones who probably did it, they disconnected from it all, which is beauty, but God told me to use it. So that's why I still use, everything I've been through, and I haven't put it in my back view, you know what I'm saying? Because I've done so much stuff where I ain't got to talk about that no more.
Right.
But I still do because that's who I'm called to reach.
Yo, we got to stop the interview to tell you about our good folks at MyBookie. The NBA Finals are set, and we are excited to watch two of the smallest market teams to ever make it. Kind of crazy. Thunder versus Pacers. Now, the smart money, I mean, let's just be honest. It's going to be the Thunder. The Thunder might sweep these bastards. With that being said, however you feel like it's going to go, maybe you want to vote on who's going to get the MVP at the NBA Finals. Maybe you want to start getting some of those NFL future bets in. Whatever the case is, you can get all those bets in, plus get down with some of that baseball. Get in on the action. MyBookie.ag. Use that promo code BOOTLEG when you sign up because you get that first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's how it goes down, all right? You put in $1,000, they're going to give you another $1,000. That's how they go, all right? And there's so much you could do on MyBookie. Not only can you get in on the sportsbook action, but also the live casino, blackjack, roulette, whatever you're into, the slot machines, it's all happening. MyBookie.ag. Use that promo code. Get in on some NBA Finals action. Get in early on some of that NFL future action. And, of course, there's still baseball. MyBookie.ag. Also, want to give a shout-out to our good folks at my favorite sponsor, Blue Chew. Shout out to Blue Chew, all right? That's what's great about Blue Chew. First of all, summertime's coming. In theory, you should be having more relations. Your strange intake should increase during the summer. I just feel like that's the case. It's a good season for fucking. With that being said, you want to make sure your cock is up to par. Yes, you want your dick harder than trigonometry, senior year of high school. That's how hard you want your cock to be. All right. So if you guys don't know, Blue Chew's where it's at. Go to bluechew.com. Use the promo code BOOTLEG. They're going to let you try it for a month for free. You'll see for yourself. It's amazing. All right. Same active ingredient as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable tablet. It's sent right to your door discreetly. It's all online. Absolutely zero person-to-person contact. Everything's handled online. You don't have to go to some embarrassing doctor's appointment. Tell them about your erectile dysfunction. Look, I don't love my wife anymore. She gained a bunch of pounds. I can't get hard. Look, it don't matter how fat your wife got. Your dick's getting hard. Fuck with that Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Use the promo code BOOTLEG right now. Try it for free for a month. All you got to do is pay $5 shipping. Let's get back to the interview. There is a certain part of like people saying that there's not a lot of music for or artists for the kids to kind of like look up to, because if the algorithm is just feeding them all this crash out shit, all this, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah, right.
But there's guys like you, there's amazing artists out there who are doing amazing shit. The problem is like, I think just the artist discovery methods that are like the kids are using, it's really like they're not like seeking out new music as much as it's just kind of like they got to swipe and it's got to hit their algorithm.
Yeah. No, it's systematic, bro, for sure. Like
it feels that way.
It's definitely systematic. But I think that even going back to Nip said and I apologize if I get it wrong, but he said every generation is gonna become, there comes one who decodes the matrix. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I'm that. He was that. There's people who will show a path, who will light a path in a different way. Like my brand is on the same level. Like my notoriety, whether people know it or not, but if you go to my page or go to my streams or come to my tour, you will see a line around the block and be like, what the hell going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like you go see the 530,000 followers and you'll see it. So it's a movement happening, but the path is not lit. You hear me? So I'm lighting the path.
And it's not celebrated, right?
Right, but there's people like yourself who are in the industry who hold spaces for, like raw souls and real people. And I think that there's beauty in that. And also, stuff repeats itself, bro. Like history repeats itself, music repeats itself. Nas, Pac, Common, Badu, the Soul Quarians, and just people who spoke a deeper message. It's all coming back around, bro.
It's interesting because there's pages that would never post your freestyles, your music, but if you got shot tomorrow in Houston and passed away, Lord forbid, you would be posted.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
It's systematic.
I think J. Cole said that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's systematic, but like I say, we in such a DIY world now. You know what I mean? The last couple years.
Yeah. Shout out to guys like yourself. La Russell's done a really good job of showing people like, hey, you don't have to follow the blueprint.
Like, no. Like we were able to build our own system. So, and now don't get me wrong, it still goes in front of people to choose, right? Now, you know what I mean? You can't, that's free will. God don't even take that from you. So
for sure.
People got to choose what they want to take part in. And don't get me wrong, there's some duality there, bro. Like, you heard me, there's artists that I love that may not, speak the same language or whatever.
I think,
yeah, you know what I mean? But also, I can see it. I can see the beauty in it. I mean, Pac was a conflicted soul. You heard me? Like,
all the greats are low-key, very conflicted, very, like, if you heard, like, Nas say some shit, like, to say, like, I mean, Jay-Z, is it Black Girl Lost or the Shorty owe you for head?
Right.
Jay-Z said that. It was like, it's like, this is humans.
Right. And I think that's why it's just a movement now that's happening to where the raw souls, raw music is finding its place. No, bro, it ain't gospel. Like, it ain't Christian music. You're going to hear me talk about God. You're going to hear me talk about life and health and eating healthy. And, you know what I'm saying? I don't kill nobody in my music. I don't beat no women, bro.
Right.
On the grave. But the same energy I just did, while rapping or the music, you're going to hear the same energy that your favorite rapper got while he's spinning and talk about shooting.
Right.
So it's the confidence. Like, people want to still, I don't care what you talk about in your music, bro. It can't be lame.
They want to make
like,
that. They want to do this.
Yeah, like, so, and that's my thing. Like, it ain't about your content more so than it is about the energy you put behind it. Do you believe it?
Right.
You got to be convinced in order to be convincing. Like,
yeah, no,
I don't believe you when you saying it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So why would you go out there and then you want to blame that on the industry? Nah, bro. You still need to find your path and your honesty and your transparency. I found mine, and I'm lighting the path to help other people show.
Yeah, it's interesting because, like you said, it's like you can enjoy. Like I remember I used to be a hip hop snob when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why? Like, I used to be like backpack, like rap, like real. That's not real rap, that's not real hip hop.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, like if you can't enjoy fucking sex, I love Sexy Red.
Yeah.
I love Sexy Red, and I love, I don't know, you name it, fucking Corday or
Rhapsody.
Rap, I love Rhapsody.
Okay, cool. I'm just giving you. I'm throwing you alley.
No, those are the two.
You see the two, yeah.
Yeah,
I love Rhapsody. Shout out to Rap, man.
She's one of the greats.
I would love to do a song with Rhapsody. I think it'll change the world.
She's amazing.
Yeah, I love Rhapsody.
She's one of the greatest MCs like on the planet. Like I hate when they put her in like the best female rapper category. No, she out rap,
out bar, like
she's insane. But you can enjoy both. Like I love Sexy Red. I think Sexy Red's fucking great. She got bangers.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a duality. I think we find that place and all this division. I don't even think God is pleased with the level of division that we have. Don't get me wrong, life should be about principles and moral values and righteousness. I believe in that. But the way the human nature is set up, you know what I'm saying? Like the grace and the understanding that we should have, I feel like we've lost that as people, and we've weaponized knowledge, weaponized money, and weaponized wealth. But on a humanity level, once we get back to seeing everybody as humans, you know what I'm saying? First, you're not a body with a soul. You're a soul with a body, bro. And that ain't got no social class, no race, no nothing. When we able to get to that, then I think we can operate in our fullness.
Yeah, I think the whole world needs to give people more grace.
Ooh.
Whether it's in politics, whether it's in music.
Yeah.
I hate when I see people like coming across like they're talking down on something or they know better. Where it's like, hey, like your truth isn't that person's truth, isn't, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think like you said, you got to give people more grace, and you also got to understand like not everyone's path's the same. Yeah, not everyone's life's the same. Not everybody's motivations are the same, and
it ain't gonna ever be the same.
But you could control what you could control.
I told somebody this the other day, and they stopped in their tracks. God ain't American.
Facts. Even though They want you to think that.
God ain't American, bro. Like
God's not American. God's not from Israel. God's fucking.
Let me go deeper. God ain't American. God ain't black or white. God ain't male or female. God is none of it. Don't get me wrong. There's polarity and a masculine front or this what have you. But on a deeper level, God ain't American. So while you thinking in your box and your big house down the street or whatever that God sitting there, the way you see the world is law. The way you see people is law, and that's gonna be it. You're gonna be mistaken. You know what I'm saying? God ain't American, bro. Like there's a hut, there's a tribe in Africa somewhere on the other side of the world that probably, will spur you in your head. You know what I'm saying? You come over there being disrespectful that believe in God too.
Mm-hmm.
And so who am I to go and, weaponize what I believe, what I think I know.
And judge.
And I that's why I operate the way I do. Don't get me wrong. My story, my testimony, my principles, my truth is something I'm going to live and die on. And I'm not a threat to you as long as you're not a threat to my principles, my value, my truth, brother. But I'm not finna go attack the world for it.
Right.
I'm going to light the path and show the way.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's crazy. It's interesting because I feel like the world, I mean, most huge wars are religion based, right?
Yeah.
Not to mention like so many of the world's conflicts right now, people like it's like the whole idea of like religion and God is like forgiveness.
Yeah.
You can't put a nationality on it. You can't put a region of the world on it.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's why I say I believe the Most High when it's all said, whenever I think it'll be disappointing, man. You know what I'm saying? But again, because we've able to create these systems and this division and amongst people. But one thing I love about music is like music is of the arts, liberal arts.
Right.
It's not called conservative arts, brother.
Right.
Liberal arts, man. So be free, be honest, be raw, express yourself. And that's where it took me years to get to a place where I'm like, okay. And I literally stopped everything. Everything I told you I was doing, I stopped. I don't do none of it no more. All I do is right here. And I did 2 tours last year. Selling out shows, all indie. You know what I'm saying? No label, all independent. You heard me? Maybe I've had conversation with labels, but we doing it ourselves out here. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, like a major label situation, it just has to be like you have to just get everything you ask for.
If you give me $1 million, leave me alone. I'll give you money back later.
That's what I mean.
That's literally
yeah. Like it's like at a certain point in time, it's like, yo, because I see you're doing the thing on Even that a lot of artists have been able to do, which is essentially like go straight to consumers and monetize because the streaming rate is fucking insane, right?
Right.
Because you sold an album for $2,000.
Yeah, $1,900.
So it's like just to give people like an idea of like what that breaks down to, like the streaming rate on Spotify, depending on what time of the year it is, $1,900 is on the high end. That's $500,000 streams. Yeah. So it's like fuck that.
Yeah. It's beauty. There's so much beauty in independence right now. And independence doesn't mean alone, right? Like independence means independent. It means you charting your own path, you making your own decisions, and you making strategic partnerships. That's why I deal with, Even, United Masters, just making strategic partnerships and bringing power back to the artists. You know what I mean? So I'm able to go straight to my fans and also collect the data. So you're gonna buy this project, but I'm also about to email you about this show and this merch because I got the data. I can extract it through a CSV file. You heard me? And it makes you your own boss, your own label. And I think that everybody should embrace the independent route.
Yeah, I think. Obviously, there's like artists where you're like, if you do like pop music, you do like a certain genre of music, you're like, maybe this needs to be in a machine for it to really go to the next level. But I do feel like when it comes to hip hop, it's like you got to build a flock, man.
Got to build a flock, and
and there's so much. There's so much coming out.
Code. This is a cheat code. You hear me? I'm gonna drop a cheat code. It's marketing. It's marketing. You got a bag, you got money right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna encourage you to put it in marketing. You know what I'm saying? Make sure marketing, exposure, make sure the world sees, and you can do that so easily now.
When you say marketing, what would you say would be? Because I feel like a lot of artists, they don't like. Let's say someone's got $10,000 saved up, right?
Yeah.
They don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, a lot of these pages are not label bought. You know what I'm saying? They work with the label too. You know what I mean? So, you're on the radars, your rap marathons, your all these different platforms, they not bought by labels. You know what I'm saying? These are real people that if you hit them up, you know what I'm saying? You say, hey, you know what I mean? I got XYZ. You know what I'm saying? And Shade Room ain't bought by nobody either. You heard me? Like, yeah, they may,
but they'll and if it is a sponsored post or an ad post, it'll say that.
It'll say that, right?
Yeah.
So
but there are a lot of pages that aren't saying.
I know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I think there's more of people that if they see, of course, you willing to invest in yourself, you got, you got 10 grand. There's pages out there that you could throw 500 at, you know what I'm saying, and say, now, don't get me wrong. What marketing won't do is make the good content. You have to have the right song. Like you gotta, it ain't gonna, you'll spend your money and after it spins a cycle, it's gonna fizzle out. You know what I'm saying?
I always say like, I tell this to people all the time because I'll have people play me music. Oh yeah, I'm thinking about working with this art. I say, look, at the end of the day, my opinion is just my opinion on if your music's good or not. It doesn't mean that it's all subjective, right? It's art. So it's like, but at the same time, it's like, what is a fact is it doesn't matter how much money you spend. If the music does not resonate,
it don't matter.
None of it matters. There's no cheat code to making music that connects with people. There's like, that does not exist.
It don't exist at all. So you can spend the money, it's gonna fizzle out, and you ain't gonna see it again. But if you
you will never be able to tour, because to me, I always look at the hard ticket sales. It's like, you sold out 500. Even someone sells out 200-person show, I respect the fuck out of it.
It's still sold out.
Because I'm like, oh shit, you were able to move 200 tickets in a city you're not from. Wow.
I sold out Atlanta on a Monday night, 400 tickets.
That's
Monday
big.
night. You know what I'm saying? Monday.
That's
huge.
What I
mean? I was touring throughout the week and weekends, because when you work in independence, you're going to take your slots as you get them. You know what I mean?
And these days more than ever, it's like if you are resonating enough with somebody for them to get a babysitter, spend money that they don't have extra money right now, just to go see you do what you do, that means whatever you're doing on whatever level is working.
Yeah. I got people flying from all over the country to come to shows. I wasn't getting booked for festivals at first, so I started my own festival. It's called God Body Weekend. So I do it in Houston every year. I'm out through the 4th annual, and so there's thousands of people that come from all over just to be in the city for like 4 days, and I do activation. Yeah, bro, it's been beautiful. Keys came last year. I've been talking to a whole bunch of people who I resonate with, inviting them to come through, and it's just a space for celebrating like the positivity, like healthy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because again, there's duality there.
Right.
And I think that the more, instead of drawing a line in the sand, like, hey, you either come on this side, come on that side, create spaces where we all could operate and live in. I may not see the world the way you see the world, but I do need to eat healthy too. Or I pray too. Or I want a healthy relationship too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And everything don't have to be so black and white. So I encourage all the independent artists, not even just independent artists, people to find themselves, like find that thing within you, you know what I'm saying, that it's you. It makes you unique. And then you market that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like pushing like good relationships. 2025 is amazing.
There's so much division I heard. I hate seeing some of the stuff, bro, that's been going on, bro. I hate it.
Quick break, man. Want to give a shout out to our new sponsors, man. Our family at Slap Woods. Make sure you follow them right now on that IG at Slap Woods. Show them some love. Go to slapwoods.com. Hey, don't forget to go to bootlegkev.com. We had to celebrate the 2-year anniversary of the most viral interview of all time. Throw the shirt up so you could see it. I turned it down. Shout out to that boy, Big Boogie, a big college in Jacksonville. And we just threw these on sale. Half off for the 500 episode tee. Bootlegkev.com. Go get you a shirt. Let's get back to the interview. Right. I ain't gonna lie, like I'm not gonna lie, ever since like, 2016 is kind of where a lot of the craziest political shit started. But I'm not gonna lie, like once Biden got in, the way that the whole Biden shit went, I got broken, dog. I was like, I gotta step away from all this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't be like politically engaged on a daily basis without wanting to fucking like stab my eyes out. And then today it's just crazy. It's like today it's like a Netflix show, like playing out in real life. Like the Elon Trump shit is.
Y'all saw that?
It's wild.
He said on Epstein list.
It's Kendrick and Drake. If it was Drake versus Drake, it's 2 Drakes in the battle.
It's 2 Drakes in the battle. Yeah, man. 2 Drakes in the battle is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and like I say, it's a lot of that going on, but I also think that there is a lot of beauty still in the
Sure.
world. You know what I'm saying? As crazy as it is. And I think that beauty is created through moments like this, through moments of people just being they raw self. Like, you know, whoever you are when you by yourself, that's who you are. Invest into that person. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I've been taking solo trips lately. You know what I mean? So top of the year, I went to the DR for 7 days, bro.
By yourself?
By myself, bro.
That sounds
I'm
amazing.
out of here, bro. I just came back from Jamaica like 2 weeks ago.
Where in
You know what I'm
Jamaica were you
saying?
at?
I went everywhere, bro.
Bro, the grill.
Kingston, Montego Bay. Nah,
Did
bro.
you go to the grill?
Nah, I didn't go to the grill. I went to Montego Bay, Ocho Rios.
Oh, Ocho Rios is nice.
Flanker, but I don't do no touristy stuff. I'm with the locals. I'm a roster, so
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So I go where the locals at and just take a break from everything. That's healthy.
Yeah.
Detachment is healthy.
Yo, that's crazy. I feel like more people should. This solo, it's almost like we're shamed if you go to the movies by yourself.
Yeah, bro.
People look at you like you went to the movies alone.
I've been single for 3 years, bro. I've been going a lot of solo trip because you know just not repeating cycles, man. Like especially where I'm at now, I could do some wild shit.
Yeah.
You're-
Oh, you could.
Yeah, bro. I can, but just because you can do anything doesn't mean you should. And I think there's beauty in restraint, there's beauty in retention, there's beauty in resetting, and there's beauty in and Nip said something. He say, we gotta change how we respond to disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And it resonated with me a while ago, right? And I share the same sentiments. We have to change how we respond to loneliness, bro. Like loneliness, there's a difference between being lonely and being in solitude, bro. Like loneliness is the response. It's the sorrow of like, man, they left me. Solitude, you chose that.
Loneliness is like you said, it's like a chosen state of mind. If you like if you want to dwell in your,
if you want to ruminate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it, like, but in solitude is I chose this, bro. So I've been choosing it. You know what I'm saying? I told you about my life. That was forced on me. Loneliness was forced on me, bro. I got sent away from my mother, my sisters, my uncle, my dad for years, bro. My mama said I could not come back because they were trying to kill me, and you know, family get caught up in a crossfire. So I'm living out of a trash bag for years. You know what I mean? So I was lonely. So now as a man, I can either just choose to fill my space up with vanity and a whole bunch of shit. I can my house could be jumping every night, every single night. And I ain't saying I don't want to get up here and present ultimate poise like I just be in that mug.
No, but
You know
for
what I'm
sure,
saying?
but like you could definitely be fucking off quite
Right,
a
I
bit.
could.
Yeah.
But no, I'm truly, my brethren will tell you, like, we cut from a different cloth. We want to be noblemen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a gangster and a gardener, bro. Like, I've shown people the duality of it, and that's why I believe that it's my time because the world needs to see something different. That, you know, the men want to still hold on to their stuff, but they don't know how to take the gangster off and hang it in the closet and take it out when you need it. They, you know what I'm saying? They don't know how to I want to go out and drink, smoke, and whatever. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but bro, you need a smoothie or something, my nigga. Like you need a juice. You know, you need to see somebody.
You need
juicing.
some chia seed water.
Yeah, cook. You hear me? Like, but who's showing it in a way that's not, dare I say, demasculating? You hear me? That's
Or corny.
Or corny, or religious, or you know what I'm saying? Like who's showing it in a way like, damn, like so I can be myself, I can love my woman,
Right.
I can not fight somebody, but fight if I have to.
Yeah.
I can not crash out. I almost crash out. I can apologize. I can be a man of my word. You know what I'm saying? Like I can control my dick.
Yeah.
Like who's showing it in a way that's I'm gonna say mainstream, but who's showing it to where it's like, damn, that's what we need to aspire to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that we've unfortunately we grew up in an era that like our parents didn't have to grow up in, and that is the era of like everything is accessible at any time.
Yeah.
And that means the internet's got the craziest shit. You become desensitized to certain shit.
Bro.
At the OnlyFans culture is fucking insane.
I had to get off Facebook, bro. Like when did Facebook get porn, bro? I'm sitting there trying to respond to my auntie. You know what I'm saying? And then she over there putting what age do parents get to when they start using gifts on early time?
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. My dad and my mom and My dad sends me 10 TikToks a day.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Mom, chill out on the gifts, man.
It's like my dad just smokes weed in his office and just swipes and is like, son, check out this French bulldog
you can say
skateboard.
You can say thank you. You can still type thank you. You don't have to send me
with like a smiling
I don't need that. So
or like happy birthday with like their own avatar holding balloons.
Stop that. I'm gonna block you. You know what I'm saying? But there's knowledge is disparity, bro. Like the more you know, the more you held accountable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So while we celebrating, while people love the fact that we can in 5 seconds know what's happening all over the world, it's really disparity because you know what's happening in the world. Back then, bro, before even the mirror was created, the mirror is a man-made thing, bro. They ain't had no mirror. So how were they able to see themselves? It was all internal, bro. Or through the eyes of somebody else.
Someone else, yeah.
You ain't know what you look like. So you was so free.
I don't even think it mattered.
It didn't matter.
Yeah.
So while we celebrating advancement in society, I think that we should also take heed to the disparity and the lack of internal reflection. We have our own reticular activating system. We got our own internal clock.
Right.
But now I need my clock to tell me, I need my schedule to tell me. How did they know where to be?
Right. Back then?
But they was always where they need to be.
I just think back to like how in the world could you get around? Like I remember my parents, we went on a road trip and my dad bought an atlas book from the gas station.
Yeah.
And so he had to go through and find the route, and then like you miss a turn. You're fucked.
Yeah, bro.
But it's like even back before like everyone had GPS and it was you had to print the MapQuest directions.
Hey, bro, I was definitely doing that. You know what I'm saying? And holding the paper while driving.
Yeah.
But I think that's why detachment is so important. I think that's why meditation, prayer is still important as this world becomes more advanced, bro. It's something that will never change. It's the fact that you can still, while you driving a Tesla supercar,
right,
and or flying in a whatever, or on your phone, you can cut all that off, bro. You can go to the park and you can sit in the damn grass, bro, and feel the most, since the beginning of time that was there, at least. So, I think that while we should hold on.
It is hard to disconnect from the matrix even for an hour.
Yeah.
But
but that's what I'm saying. It's a practice. I think that we should practice it. Yeah, you may not be no guru, and what I hate, Kev, is the fact that conversations, stuff that I'm saying, gets put into a conscious box, a spirituality box, religion box. Oh, bro, this is humanity, bro.
Right.
I'm just talking about you a human being, not a human doing, but you always doing shit. So I'm just telling you to be. I'm just saying, chill. Your phone, that stuff gonna be there when you.
Yeah,
that stuff it's gonna be there, bro. Like
we're addicted, man. I mean, it's funny because everyone's talking about like when are we gonna integrate with technology officially? Obviously, Elon's doing the Neuralink and all that. We already are. Bro. This thing is an extension of every human being. If you lose this, if you don't have it,
right,
you feel broken, you panic, you feel naked. So it's like we already are that.
Be that. And I saw this movie called Upgrade. You ever heard of Upgrade?
Yeah. Right. Fucking crazy movie, by the way. That shit was sick.
Bro, that movie crazy.
Super crazy. I think I was high as shit when I watched it too.
I watched it 3 times, bro, just to make sure that I caught everything that I saw. And it was crazy. But it was a message in it, of course.
Yeah.
And that's why I say I think that as this world continues to get advanced, holding on to simple truths, man. You got yourself. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna add to you, but you got yourself. And the spirit and your soul and the stillness of the voice in that. So pushing back from everything, solo tripping, cold plunging, bro. I love cold.
I cold plunge.
And I love cold
3 or 4 times. I try to, how cold do you go?
40, I think 40, between 35 and 40 degrees is cold.
That's fucking, yeah. I try to do like 39, 40, 41, 42.
I'm in there, bro. And
I could get to, depending on how cold it is, I get to about 3 minutes. But if it's like 41, 42, if I got a homie, like I could, and we're talking.
And we talking, yeah.
Or I could, or when I do the cold plunge, I like to throw my headphones in and call somebody.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, yo, so like, it just keeps your mind off of the fact that you're fucking dying.
I did something stupid one day, bro. I'm going to tell you, bro, because I got to tell you somebody. The Bible say confess your faults to one another. Listen, bro. I did the cold plunge for 20 minutes, bro.
20?
I almost died,
You
bro.
was pink.
I almost died, bro. Like, I even realized.
I would have been pink.
I was going through some shit that day. You know what I'm saying? So like I just went inside it was like Goku in the hyperbolic chamber. Like I was in there, and I felt my body just.
Brain was, and did you not realize you were in there for that long?
I didn't realize it, bro. Oh. And so by the time I realized it, I got up and I went straight to the hot. You know what I'm saying? The hot tub.
Yeah.
Bro, I felt my liver and my spleen, whatever this area right here, it was frozen, bro. My feet were frozen. I felt myself like not fading, but like I you know what I mean? Like it didn't feel right. And I was like, I need to go to the emergency room, bro. Like this is crazy, bro. I ain't literally tell my people because they were laughing.
Did you hit the hot tub?
Hot tub, bro. But I did it immediately. So while I'm sitting in there, I still feel my whole body froze, bro.
20 minutes is crazy.
20 minutes is, I will never, ever in my life, I don't care what, I ain't got nothing to prove, bro. But I blacked out in there. Like, I was really, that's cold plunge. It's my safe place, bro. I love it. I cold plunge like 3-4 times a week. Of course, there's the health benefits, but just the mental benefits.
Yeah, I like to do like a hot sauna, then the cold plunge, and then back in the sauna.
And then back in the sauna. Yeah, bro. And just working out, taking care of your mind, taking care of your body.
So hard. So funny too, because like, I've been trying to do as good as I can with my health and staying active, but it's like every year, like a 3-month period where I just fall off the fucking rails, dog.
I get it.
It's so hard. It's funny how like diet, discipline, but when because I really enjoy working out and hooping.
Yeah. Oh, you be hooping?
Yeah. So like.
You like that?
Yeah. So like, for me, I hate cardio, but I could fucking go 5-on-5 like 3 games in a row. I'll be dying, but I it's fun. I don't think about that.
You don't think about it, yeah.
And I'm super competitive, so it's like, so I get into like the habit of like playing basketball 3 or 4 times a week. It doesn't feel like I'm going to work out. I love basketball, so let's go hoop. You know, I be getting disappointed when I go to the fucking YMCA and I just gotta fucking shoot by myself.
Yeah, no, no, I don't like that.
But it's such a like, people gotta. I feel like there is like if you could find a way to make the physical activity part something you enjoy.
Yeah.
Like I know when Cook was losing weight, he was playing pickleball. And he enjoyed it.
Pickleball, yeah.
Not as much as he enjoys the burgers, though.
The pickles?
No, pickleball. It's like tennis, right?
Bro, you missed the bar, bro. You said not as much as he enjoyed the burgers. I said the pickles.
Oh, I see what you did there.
That was a bar.
Yeah, and I just think like everybody got to try to be more healthier, man. Everyone, I mean, discipline, man, is the number one thing that the world is lacking that mankind lacks, bro. Whether, like you said, it's controlling your dick, whether it's controlling.
Yeah. And I think just to show people, like make it real, a good place to start if you struggle with discipline is start with the smallest things. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go like, oh yeah, I'm about to start discipline tomorrow. I'm finna earn all day, and
Yeah, like when you get home, don't just throw your clothes on the floor and then get in. Like, no, put your shit away.
Right, like but something as simple as making your bed up. The same mindset that it takes to make your bed up in the morning is the same amount of discipline it will take to do everything.
It's funny because everybody always says that if you can make your bed in the morning,
you
every day
can do everything.
Yeah,
it's the same thing because you don't have to. Ain't nobody looking most of the time.
Yeah, nobody's in your room. It's something you're doing for you.
Right. So if you apply that to, fitness, you hear me, to eating, to journaling, you know what I mean, to whatever, just a little bit.
Hey, we got to wrap up this interview. Another one presented by Hardeen, baby. You already know what it is. Shout out to Hardeen for presenting another episode of the Bootleg Kev podcast. Don't forget, when you're in Vegas, you get in that taxi, you get in that Uber, say, take me to Hardeen, the #1 cannabis dispensary in the world. Premium selection of the craziest gas you could ever ask for. And then they break down what all the terps mean. It's incredible. Go to Hardeen_Las Vegas, shoot them a follow. And when you're in Las Vegas, make sure you shoot them a visit. Hey, real quick, want to tell you about our sponsors at Odd Socks. That's our day one family. Make sure you follow them at Odd Socks Official. I just got done running a 5K with them and Burt Kreischer. You see the Happy Gilmore socks. Part 2's coming soon. They got the socks. They got the draws, the most comfortable socks in the entire world, plus the underwear, all of it. Get 20% off. Go to oddsocksofficial.com. Use that promo code BOOTLEG right now. Or Bootleg Kev. I forget which one it is. I think it's both. I think both work. Anyway, let's get back to the interview. Do you do the journaling?
I journal every day.
Yeah.
It keeps me from crashing out.
That's because it's almost like it's crazy because as the world has evolved over the years, that's something that like is not. It used to be like a really normal thing,
Right.
Because like I mean, shit. When I was a kid, girls would have diaries.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, I got you a diary for
Yeah.
your birthday. Nowadays, I don't know what a kid would do if you bought him a fucking diary. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
true. No, and
it used to be a thing. You'd go to the store, like not like Barnes and Noble. You'd be like at Target, and they'd have like diaries. They don't have fucking diaries at Target anymore.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
Journaling is a big practice of mine, and like I say, that's what I mean by the marketing of not even just the market, but the exposure. Because in my world, like the place where I be, the people who are, we were just talking about journaling this morning. He got upset this morning because he couldn't find his journal.
Mm.
And so it's normal where I'm like, with my people,
right.
It's normal versus I think that it's just making stuff like, I don't say make it cool again, but like it's just making stuff like, bro, it's lit to journal, bro. Like it's I think it's gangster.
It's therapeutic, right?
Healing is gangster, bro.
Yeah.
It's the most gangster thing I ever did was heal and address my trauma, forgive my mom and my daddy, bro, and apologize. That's the most gangster out of everything I ever seen and done in the streets. The most gangster shit I ever did was heal and was to slow down. Journaling. It's my thoughts. It's me getting my thoughts out. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if we encourage that more, a lot of these crash outs, a lot of these situations that be happening, it would just be slower to anger. You know what I'm saying? It'll just be slower, bro. Not saying I know I can't save the world, but like Pac said, I may not change it, but I will spark the minds of those that will. And I know that I have. And I know that's what I'm continuing to do is to spark the minds, the souls, and the spirits. Even if I could just get you to slow down a little bit, even if I get you just to think. You know, that's why you need to, man, cut on AJ McQueen or come to, or whatever, because I'm going to help you slow down. Because I'm still real. I'm still myself. Like, I'm not some fake person that goes to this building and change my persona, then come back out. Nah, like, this me.
Yeah, you don't put on the you know, you said this earlier, but like I feel like back in the day, there was conscious rappers, but it was like their image. Does that make sense?
No, I definitely agree. And that's
so it was like when they were on camera, when they're doing shows, it was like, oh, you're like super conscious, but then like you're also like not like you're more like back then you're more like Mason Puffy than you are like, you know, Mos Def. You know?
I seen you eat a pork chop sandwich, brother, and you said that you don't eat swine. Like, you know, like it's just. I think that again, the
swine is divine, by the way.
Yeah.
I love the swine.
Oh, Kel, get that pork off your fork.
I love the pork on the fork. I love it. You went to Jamaica and didn't enjoy the pork?
Not at all. Bro.
Oh, it's so good.
Not at all. I had some good fruit, some good mangoes, brother.
Of course, yeah, but
you know what I'm saying.
But listen, Jesus, go to one of those little side of the road spots. Oh.
Man, my mama used to make a real good fried pork chop sandwich. You know what I mean? And
that sounds amazing.
We got into a little argument the other day because she was making some pork. I went over to her crib. I just got my mom out the hood.
Okay.
I bought her a crib.
I saw. Yeah, you bought.
Yeah, bro. She ain't in the hood no more. Man.
She's in Houston or in St. Louis?
In Houston.
Okay, dope.
Yeah, man, her own place and it's beautiful, right? But she was making a pork chop sandwich and I said, Mom, what you doing? I said, get this swine off your mind. You know what I mean? And she said, boy, I've been eating pork my whole life. It ain't done nothing to me. You need some, you know what I'm saying? Like, and when I left, I was thinking, I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, they used to eat some wild, you know what I mean? I've seen her eat a bowl of chitlins and
that's why I can't do the chitlins.
But I can eat a burger and my whole body make me feel like you know what I'm saying? Like,
if I that's the one thing, there's two things I'll never eat. Chitlins. And then the Filipinos, they got some shit called balut. It's a half incubated bird egg.
Oh, no, I'm cool. Yeah, I'm cool.
And there's just two. I can't do the intestines, and I cannot do the half eaten. Like these, like my homie is in the Philippines a week ago, and he tried it. It's like hey, there's like feathers, like
yeah, I can't do it. Yeah,
balut, B-A-L-U-T.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Most of I was damn near say all of my Filipino homies don't fuck with it, but like their grandmas used to eat it. You know, it's like a thing out there. It's crazy.
And I just introduced one of my homegirls. Well, yeah, one of my homegirls to dragon fruit. First time.
I never had dragon fruit.
Yeah, dragon fruit will change your life, brother. And it helps. You know, it helps everything flow properly. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's good.
It's amazing, bro. The yellow dragon fruit, preferably. You know what I'm saying? Like
I just do blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. Put them in a shake with some yogurt, some protein.
And a dragon fruit, a mango. You know what I'm saying? some plantain, like, and it's just again just balancing, man. I think that the world, the food and as technology is advancing, the food is advancing, and not
in a good way.
Not in a good way.
Not in a good way.
So going back to the simple truth, I think that everything that God made before we touched it was good. So eating of the land, you know what I'm saying, spending time outside, all that.
My boy Chuck, he says, and I've been on this like recently. If it doesn't have a seed or never had a heartbeat, don't eat it. So it's like it comes in a bag. If it's got like
all that processed food.
The process. That's the one thing that like I'm just hoping that there's anything positive to take from this administration that, you know, RFK is trying to ban like some of this shit.
Yeah, the blue number 9, the red 40s,
the red dye, and you know, some of these seed oils. And
I got a bar. I said, you eating that processed food, you in a processed mood. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that. Like your mood, you not. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you are what you eat. Your stomach is your second brain. You know
if you want to know how fucked we are, just walk through the cereal aisle. The cereal aisle is crazy.
I gotta stay out of
it. I was at Ralph's like 2 days ago, and I was walking through the cereal aisle, and they had, and you know, I love me some fucking cereal, dog. You know what I'm saying?
What's your favorite cereal?
All time? It's got to be Apple Jacks Peanut Butter Crunch or...
Bro, you one of them ones, bro. Apple Jacks
Peanut Butter Crunch with a...
You mess with Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is, of course. That's a grail. That's a grail for sure.
It started getting soggy fast.
You know what's really good that's like a newer one is the Captain Crunch All Berries. That Captain Crunch All Berries is a fucking problem.
I ain't never messed with that. I'll be skipping the cereal aisle, bro, because, you know, everybody got a thorn in their side, bro. And
because you'd be like, damn, they got, I say all that to say, they just released this whole line of glazed donut hole flavored cereals in like different like branded, and I was just like, oh, they just are trying to kill everybody.
No, I saw a Sour Patch Kid cereal, bro.
I saw that. The Sour Patch, bro, when you're making Sour Patch Kid flavored anything, what the fuck? Who's eating that shit?
Yeah, nah, bro. That's why
I went to Jack in the Box. Again, not the best place to go to. You know, I was in the Jack in the Box drive-through line 3 a.m. within the last 30 days. And they had a collab with Sour Patch Kids. And what? Jack in the Box is currently selling, and I speaking of discipline, I was so fucking close to ordering this, because it's the watermelon Sour Patch Kid, which are the best, because you go to the movies, you get a little fucking watermelons. I love watermelon. And they're selling Sour Patch Kid watermelon milkshakes and lemonade. I was so close to fucking with that lemonade, though, because there's no way that that's not gas.
It's gonna get gas, all right.
But yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah, nah, bro.
It's great, but it sucks too, because it's like, you know, like when you're fucking struggling, bro. Like the struggle meal back in the day, it was like you go to McDonald's, you get the McDouble for $1.
Yeah, no.
You get the fries for $1, or you know, wherever they got Jack in the Box, you go get 2 tacos for $1.
I was raised in a food desert, bro. So I get it 100%. Yeah, in Wilson, in my hood in Wilson, there's no. They'll tell you, I'll take them to Wilson, they're like, damn, bro, you can't find nothing. Everything is hood food.
Honestly, in Texas, it's like certain areas in Texas, you be like, oh, damn, that's why Texas motherfuckers is fat. If you're like out in the boonies of Texas and you're just like, what do they got? Oh, they got Steak and Shake and fucking Texas Roadhouse. And
yeah, no. It's gluttony, and it's you know, we obese as people, though. I don't think it's just on the food level.
It's America, man.
It's American mindset.
This is our mindset. We are, you know, there was that AI video that somebody from China released that went viral of like what it would look like if Americans had to make iPhones, and it was like just like this like factory of like fat people like on like oxygen, like trying to fucking make iPhones. Like,
that's wild.
Oh man, yeah. Now food is, you know, it's a drug, man.
It is, and that's like I said. That's why I, you know, through my music, through my lifestyle, like people can go on my page, on my story right now, then and see me like in the kitchen, like juicing, bro. Like right. I'm gonna show it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show cold plunging. if we're gonna use these devices to market or show anything, bro, I'm gonna show the real, something that can help people. You know what I mean? Like you click on my page, you're gonna see something different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hear, you click on the music, you're gonna hear, love and life, and you know what I'm saying, and shit that's good for your soul. You know what I mean? And that's what we need more of, because I believe it shows people like, okay, there's more to life. But if the media, mass media, continue to promote, you know what I'm saying, the bullshit, that's all people gonna gravitate to.
Is St. Louis is one of those places that is like famously dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of crazy. I almost moved there, actually. I almost took a job at this radio station there. Was it hot? What's the hip hop station there? Is it hot?
Yeah, it's hot. That would have been.
Yeah, this was like 2012.
Yeah.
Went out there, ended up at the Pink Cadillac or the Pink Slip in East St. Louis.
Yeah.
Strip club.
Yeah.
East St. Louis is.
That's where yeah. I don't go over there, but
very serious place.
Yeah, I don't go over there.
Yeah. But I almost moved there, and I remember back then, like my boy who was out there was telling me like, "Yo, shit's like serious out here." But it's like now it's number 1, number 2 at all times of like
bro,
dangerous cities in America. Like
it's a war zone. It's like certain parts of St. Louis are still segregated though. So that's why you could talk to somebody else and they're like,
it's beautiful here. I love it here. Yeah,
bro, they on a whole nother side. They not talking about none of the areas that you talking about, but the areas that you are talking about, that's where I'm from. I'm from the west side. Sexy Rich from the north side. Nelly and them, U City. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why when Nelly and them came out, it inspired the whole city. You know what I mean? Because we ain't never even seen like that somebody can come from this city. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm making my business to go back home. I just left home actually. We had a tornado that hit the city real bad, so I was out there, donating. And, I created a St. Louis Relief Fund. And I partnered with the Urban League out there, you know what I'm saying, helping them. But the city is horrible, bro. It's a war zone, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't encourage anybody to go, and if you don't have to be there, don't go there.
Right.
But again, me being who I am and continue to represent my city, even though I don't live there actively, that's still, St. Louis still my heart and soul.
100%.
To show that we can grow from these places, bro. Like we can get older, bro. We can have healthy families, bro. Like, and I'm talking specifically to, you know what I'm saying, the the YNs and the inspiring YNs, man. You know what I mean? We can grow, bro.
Yeah.
We can evolve, dog. You can eat better, bro. You can live better. And if you feel like that it's gonna stop you from being successful, look at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same way whether I got $5 in my pocket or 5,000, but just know that things are real good over here.
Right.
But again, just showing that, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro, it's a difference out here. And we need to see more of it. So yeah. That's why I've been moving around how I'm moving. I was telling my team, this is my first BET weekend, right? Like I don't really do industry stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like I because it's really authentically myself, and I only want to operate in spaces that are authentic as well. But we've been able to find a way to align ourselves with just the authentic spaces and not go into fake environments where I gotta be all like, I don't want to take a photo out with somebody that I don't really like, I don't align with. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't want to rap with you, bro, if you don't take care of your kids or beat women or some shit.
That's some crazy shit, but that's duh.
I don't care who you are. Like I don't care who you are, how much money you got. It wouldn't even matter to me, bro. Like it don't matter. So now that we've been able to, create these spaces and, be invited to platforms like yours, different places, it really shows like, okay, there's a way to do this and still be authentic. You know what I mean?
It is crazy how much we forgive people because we love their art.
I just told somebody this other day. I said, hey, I was talking to a homegirl and we was talking about life or whatever. And she's like, yeah, man, my family, fuck my mama. I don't fuck my mama. I was like, oh, okay. But then in the same conversation, she posted something about, she said something. We were talking about Kanye or something. And I said, man, it's amazing how we give Kanye more grace than we do our family. And she was like, he's a genius. And you just see you could see the rage, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, I love Kanye. I got you, but you literally just said, fuck your mama. And I'm saying, but you give more grace. And I just do. I think that every time Kanye splash out, there you have this certain group, and I'm gonna use Kanye as an example. There's way more people.
No,
Than
but
Kanye,
that is a
right?
good example.
But you know, it's this. Oh man, remember when he made Graduation, bro?
However you feel about Kanye, he has more grace than maybe anybody on the fucking planet.
Right. And all I'm saying
because
is
we love his art so much. So people
right.
will be like, yeah, but there's something deep, and like some of the stuff he's saying, there's some deeper shit there.
Right. No, for sure.
But it's like, you know, but he's also the same guy who's like, you know, it's just a lot. But
right. Just
no one has more grace than
right. And
famous
so
people.
using him as example, and again, like you said, the other people as well. If we just extend that same amount of grace to the real people that we know, you know what I'm saying?
In your life.
And in your real life, your daddy, your mama,
Right.
or your sister, brother who probably did some messed up shit or whatever. But we've been holding grudge on them. But you can go play Graduation right now and be like,
yeah,
that's
I think it's just like, it's obviously too, it's like, that's not like Kanye didn't personally do something to you.
Right.
So it's a little different. But
It's
we will throw out all the principles if we fuck with your album.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
we'll throw out all the principles and instead of applying those principles to real life at times. And like I say, and I love Kanye, by the way. So
me too.
And I'm not even, I ain't one of them that's gonna, you know, bash him or anything like that.
I bought that fucking STEM player because of him.
Man, I think Kanye's genius. I think that
sure.
I think that a lot of artists are too, but I just think that as we detach from the people we don't know, the fake life, we start applying this love, grace, and forgiveness to real people in real life. I think that we will find ourselves growing, healing. You know what I mean? A lot of people been weaponizing therapy, and I hate that. A lot of people been weaponizing consciousness and God. I hate it. But you know, let's get to a real place in our real life. You know what I mean? Because it's the only life we got. That's it.
I love it, man. Well, listen, what do you got a ton of music out.
Yeah, man. I just dropped the mixtape, again, all independent, you know what I'm saying, through Even. And it's still going crazy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna rap, bro. And all that I'll never do nothing with them verses, bro. So that's to show you the amount of music I really do and write, how much I really write. That's for free, bro.
Right.
That was 19 tracks on that mixtape. I did a mixtape before that. It was 23. I'll never use some verses again. I don't even use them on my album.
And the only way people can get that is it will never hit DSPs.
Yeah, it will never hit DSPs. You know what I'm saying? If you want it for real, support the art. You know what I'm saying? Buy it directly from the artist.
Can people buy that stuff like if you have a live show? Are you making physical media of that the Even stuff?
Not of that stuff. Now I dropped my album, my first album, Sorry Mom's Distracted. I have vinyls, you know what I mean? So people come to the shows, get vinyls, to get merch, all that. And I just wrapped up my new album, you know what I'm saying? So I got a new album that'll be dropping in July. And it's called When We Evolve. You know
Any features?
So, yeah, I got who features? I got Seti Hendrix out of Atlanta.
Shout out to
you know
Seti,
what I'm saying?
man.
Shout out to Seti, that's my dog. Foggy Raw, you know what I'm saying? He's dope. He's out of Atlanta. He's dope. Ariel J, he's amazing. I got some other people too. I got some other people too, but it come out in July, and then I'm hitting the road right after, bro. You know what I'm saying? When We Evolve tour, 15 cities. You know what I mean? And what we doing?
Have you had like a OG really embrace what you're doing at all? Like someone you could call, like I'm talking about, like, you know, a hip hop artist who's like successful that like has maybe taken a liking to what you got going on that you're able to kind of tap into for advice or insight.
I want to say yeah and no. I think that I have had a lot of people tap in,
right?
Though, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say they've extended the like, hey, if you need something, and I have my own personal reasons for that. You
Makes
know what I'm saying? But there has been people that have reached out like all over. You know what I'm saying? You know, and DM me and or repost the music.
Right.
But because I push the independent wave and the confidence I have, some people see me as a threat, you know what I'm saying? Which I don't understand why. But I believe that's why it's not as simple as, hey, you need something, call me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I give you the game. It's because, you know, dare I say, I want to be the greatest too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's kind of that Jordan, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I want to be the greatest, bro.
Right.
You got, if there's a conversation, you know, Nas, Pac, all that, I want you to say AJ McQueen. You know what I'm saying? And because that's my energy when I, you know, whatever, some people, they may see it as like, okay, he don't need my help, but it ain't even the case. I'm journeying through. You know what I mean? And I respect all my legends. I love my legends. You know what I mean? But I want to be in that conversation with you. I don't want to be, yeah, man, he was another whatever. Nah, I want to be AJ McQueen, bro. You know what I'm saying?
One of one.
One of one. And like some people, think I want to be the greatest rapper of all time. I want to be the greatest writer of all time.
That's fire.
So,
are you gonna try to do like other forms of? I mean, because then you can write screenplays.
Yeah, I mean, I write books, bro. Like I said, I write poetry. Music is my medium of the writing. You know what I mean?
Like a poetry book would be hard.
And it's I just wrapped up one, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's called Sit Yourself Down.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, so I haven't announced it yet. You know what I mean? Maybe when this drop, people
that's a great way to, again, like you have a following.
Yeah,
so it's like, yo.
Yeah, no, and most artists, most rappers, they're writers. It's just, again, they don't hone in on that. You know what I'm saying?
Think about like Tupac. Like if Tupac would have dropped a book of his poems was released after he passed.
Right. If he would have dropped it while, you know what I'm saying, like it would have been crazy. So stuff like that I got coming out. Like I said, I got the album, the tour. My brand, my company is God Body Energy. You know what I mean? So that's my entertainment company. So I do everything through my entertainment company, and I'm gonna be bringing in other artists. I want to sign other artists, bro. Like people that of like minds that's again that's operating in that space. I want to sign you, help you use the same tools that I use for myself.
That's dope.
Build it from ground.
Well, listen, man, go support this guy. Is there like a website everybody can get everything?
Yeah, AJthegreat.com, and then of course AJ McQueen on all platforms. The music is on Even. You can go there or just go to the website and get that. Going on tour soon, and a new album drops soon.
Boom. Appreciate you pulling up, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
AJ.
brother.
Thank you, brother.
That's love.
Boom.